Good morning, my awesome friends and followers of this #1 YouTube channel. That's a lie. In my head it is. Anyway, listen, thank you for your support. Thanks to my members. We're back up to nearly 300, which is fantastic. We dropped a bit there. And the reason why we drop on members is because we have good people in the live chats who decide to gift 10 members and they gift 5 members. But then whenever that membership runs out, there's no one to gift it. There's no, and you know what I mean. Anyway, listen, thank you last night to all of you who tuned in to watch my Air, Land and Sea live stream. I had a Royal Marine on, Dave. Dave has a YouTube channel called Civvy to Commando. And I had on Chris, who has the YouTube channel The Old Paratrooper Podcast. So it was quite funny to listen to both of these guys, the Marines, the fun from a Royal Marine, ex-Royal Marine, and the fun from an ex-paratrooper. I mean, they both come from elite units, and yeah, but we had a little bit of fun. It was quite good, and thanks to those that joined. Yeah, I couldn't believe that Dave stood up and said, "I couldn't find a Christmas jumper, so I borrowed my wife's, and it was really, really tight on him." And it was just, yeah, that's what people do. Yeah, we get through it, we overcome adversity, and we just fix something regardless. Anyway, it was really, really good. So what's happening then? Well, I'm going to say a big thank you to everyone who continues to buy First Into Sangin. It's just outside Amazon's top 50 bestsellers, and that's because of you and because of RHR Jen, her channel, and her subscribers and her followers and other followers who are constantly promoting it, and I thank you. I mean, yeah, we're heading into the second week of December and I'm still there, so I appreciate it. So what's been happening? Well, listen to this here. Listen to this. Now, everything I talk about can be clarified in today's mainstream media. Those journalists that are journalists have written the stories. I just criticize them from my perspective. Now, the dirty old man that was Fayed, that owned Harrods, over the years he made many, many mistakes. One was touching other people without their permission. Now, do you remember outside all the football stadiums across the UK? There's one at Ipswich Town, actually, where they would erect a monument of someone that brought, such uniqueness to the football club. Well, outside Ipswich Town, there's a lovely statue of Sir Bobby Robson. But Fayed didn't understand the concept of that, and outside his football club, Fulham, they erected a statue of Michael Jackson. Remember that? Cringeworthy, wasn't it? Everyone was like, "Yes, what's he got to do with Fulham?" Nothing, but everybody else has got a statue, and I thought that I like Michael Jackson. I'll put him outside the football. I mean, it was just pathetic. It's gone now, I think. Anyway, it's now alleged, and this has come from his son, Fayed's son, not the dead one in the car crash, another one. Fayed lied about having dementia to escape a sex probe. Wow. You know what I mean? Mr. Fayed, on the such and such dates of this in 1985, do you remember? No, I don't remember a thing, actually. Don't remember a thing. Is it breakfast time? I mean, see these people that play on proper illnesses, it's just sick. It really is, yeah. And Carol Vorderman's jumped on the bandwagon with Greg Wallace now, hasn't she? In my opinion, Carol Vorderman is the female version of Gary Lineker. It's just my opinion. Listen, fantastically intelligent woman, Carol Vorderman. Let's point that out. Really is. She does a lot for the armed forces community, where she promotes the Royal British Legion, and she does a lot. She does. Got a bit of a gob on her though, doesn't she? And so do I. I've got a bit of a gob on me. Of course we all do. Yeah. Do I like Carol Vorderman? Do you know what? You may not like this. I do. I think she's good at what she does, but she's now come out with a statement to say, I pointed out, let's not just look at Greg Wallace. I pointed out a lot of this type of behaviour to a certain TV show, which she has not named, and they never asked me back on the show, which is strange. Now, listen, I think TV have gone too far, because we went through the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, where TV executives had been given loads of complaints about certain presenters, but they didn't want to remove the presenters because the presenters were making the money. The presenters were bringing in the audience. The presenters had a following. So why would a TV station in those decades remove one of their top stars where it would have plummeted in ratings? So that's why, in my opinion, top TV executives protected these type of predators. So we went from that to where we are today, where because the BBC is surrounded with the stigma of protecting paedophiles, which it is, they try to be seen to do the right thing now, where they just actively went after Greg Wallace. Now, all these allegations about Greg Wallace are about his innuendos, his phrases, what he said. He sounded creepy. There's not a single allegation where he actually laid hands on someone, where other presenters had. So they're going after him. I think it's a little bit like a scapegoat. Now, you've got to remember this, and please put this into perspective. There will be lots of women in the chat saying, Trevor, you don't know what happened. And I'm going to say, neither do you. None of us do. But all these people coming forward are saying, well, he said this, and oh, look at those tarts. Love to get my hands on that tart. He said these things. But you know what? That's why MasterChef hired him. Because you had all the ladies and the older people just laughing at his style of humour, and it brought in the viewing figures. But now today, those phrases are classed as woke. So they're going after him, which is a little bit strange. Now, if you think it's okay to go after Greg Wallace, you're going to be shocked in a minute. If you think it's okay to go after Greg Wallace for what he says and how he comes across, then it's your fault, right? We need to take a stand, because it's your fault what's happening now. Because right now, Gino D'Ampio, him from ITV, he's now been brought in and he is being grilled about his behaviour and his innuendos and his little sly comments. They're going after Gino D'Ampio now. Now, I watched Gino D'Ampio in the past. Whenever I had a TV license, I would watch one this morning, and how he, remember that thing he went, what? So if my granny had wheels, she'd be a bike, and he came up with all these different things, quite funny, and it brings in the viewers. Well, they now want to clamp down on him. Now, we need to put a line in the sand and leave it. Because if you start to clamp down on these little phrases and things, where do we go next? Are we going to bring up the old videos from the 80s and 90s, Dame Edna Everage, and go after the team of people that brought her on the show? Let it go. Listen, an innuendo, let it go. When you put your hand on somebody, maybe start to prosecute them. Maybe start to do that way. But you cannot go after a guy and cancel him for what he says. But at the same time, the CPS have let a paedophile like Hugh Edwards walk along the streets. He's allowed to go free for what he's done, the photographs and what he's done and what he admitted and what he was caught doing. But let's go after Greg for what he said. It's not the same, is it? No, it's not. Anyway, what else is happening? Well, the relaunching of the Notre Dame in Paris brought in world leaders and megastars. It really, really did. President-elect Donald J. Trump was there, and he had a private meeting with the Prince of Wales, Prince William, in the British ambassador's residence in Paris, and they were discussing things. President-elect said that William was doing a great job, a great man with a great future. And they were seen discussing a lot of things. Now, one of the things I would like to know, because there's a little rumours going around now, and the rumours aren't just from David across the street, or from Stacey that lives round the corner, or from Paul that runs the Bull Inn. No, these rumours are from trusted sources with integrity. That one of the conversations they had in the British ambassador's residence in Paris was about a US visa belonging to a brother of the guy he was seeing. Now, none of us will ever find out how that conversation went. No, we won't. Unless President-elect says, yes, we did discuss it. Yeah, we did discuss it. Yeah. I was going to send them back. And he went, no, President, I think you should keep him there. Keep him there. Yep. Stick him in Area 51 as a test. As exactly. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out soon, won't we? Yeah. And I'll mention it again that the Princess of Wales, Catherine's Christmas Carol concert went swimmingly. Clear. There's little bits in the papers now saying, well, Princess Eugenie didn't go. Well, of course she didn't go. She's a wanker like Harry. Yeah. Why would she go? She adds no value to the royal family. Not one bit. So I can see why she didn't go. She wouldn't be missed. The papers bring it up like, but no one cares. No one cares. And there's now a story in the paper saying Wayne and Colleen Rooney made a big mistake when they took their kids out of school. Their kids were taken out of school during term time and flown to Australia to welcome Colleen out the jungle. It's shocking about her about kids' education. Don't go there. I will not be lectured by anyone, especially teachers. I will never listen to a word teachers say when they question me about my son being off school for a day. How dare they? They sent our children home for over a year, ruined their exams, set them back a year for a lot of government nonsense. So I'll tell you now, people, I don't care. Someone reported me. I know who it was, by the way. An individual reported me to my son's school for taking my son to Gibraltar when he should have been in school on Monday morning. He was back. He didn't go though. Shocking behaviour, isn't it, how people behave? What's it got to do with anyone, what I do with my son? I'm going to be honest with you. I think next year, term time, I'm going to take my son out during term time and I'm going to take him on a holiday again. That's what I'll do. Yeah. An educational trip where you can learn more with me in 5, 6, 7 days than you'll ever learn at school. I'll do it. And if I'm brought in front and go, Mr. Colt, you realise you took your son out? I'll say, yes, I did. Yes. Well, maybe the government should put pressure on holiday companies and flights and airlines to not increase the prices during school holidays, and then I wouldn't have to do it. And I don't care. That's life, isn't it? Yeah. Do you know what, honestly? Schools and education system can never, ever prosecute families for taking their children out for 5 days or 7 days after they shit all over all children in the UK during a lockdown. It's just my opinion. Just my opinion. And I would use that as my case law if I'm ever in front of someone about it. I'll just say, nah, you're all right. Not listening to you. I've got my hearing aid off. Anyway, listen. Do you like it? Black Sheep Clothing, actually. They sent me this. Black Sheep Clothing. I thought it'd work today. They do beautiful clothes. They sent my son quite a lot of clothes as well. Yeah. I like these jackets. It's nice just, to chill out. Put your baseball cap. I've got one now. I wear my little Black Sheep Clothing baseball cap. Off you go. Well, that's enough for me. Listen, if you haven't watched the live from last night, it's long. It's 2 hours. Long. My longest ever live stream, but I was enjoying it. And I'm going to leave you now. Currently number 54, 52 on the Amazon's top 100 bestsellers on the lead up to Christmas. Get yourself a copy. If you're a strong individual, you'll probably enjoy the book. If you're a weak individual, give it to someone strong. Anyway, listen, have a wonderful day, everyone. It is Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. Have a rest. Start Monday morning fresh. Fresh as a daisy. Fresh as a daisy. Anyway, listen, have a great day, everyone. And remember, stay safe.